The SK Modified, so they'll open up the season. A lot of storylines on tap, including Todd Owen. Can he make it 4 championships in a row? He's the first to do 3.
But it's going to be difficult. The SK Modified roster is stacked again. Corey DiMatteo just came off his best year yet in the division, finishing 2nd in points. Keith Rocco, I think, had his best year since his last title in 2020. Michael Jarvis Jr. finally broke that winless drought that lasted 8 years. Anthony Flannery finished 5th in points.
Andrew Moeller in the 85 car, new combination for this year.
And we know how good that 85 is at the beginning of the year. A lot of drivers have a chance to win every Friday night in the SK Modifieds, and you got to be perfect to have a chance at winning that championship.
Up and at 'em. These are Stafford's best. 3 abreast, a tradition of SK Modified Racing, and the fans love them.
33 strong, 40 laps, Mike Christopher Jr. and Steven Chapman. Off of the corner they come, green is up, and we are underway with Chapman getting the jump as they go to turn 1 for the first time.
They are almost 3 wide by the time they exit turn number 2. Glenn Reed put the 10 car to the inside.
New leader, turn 3, Mike Christopher Jr. to the inside, goes back to the front of the field to lead lap 5.
Down the back straightaway, we've got one spinning through the center of the infield.
It's Ethan DeRozier in the 51 that has gone around.
Chapman strings it out a bit, but here comes Michael Christopher, drifts up the racetrack. Here comes Talman, blue and white number 3 car. The Tag family's family colors is looking to fly high off turn number 4. 3rd leader of the event.
Corner goes around off the corner. Marcotte is involved. Car number 5 in turn 4. We go caution again.
As Rafano tucks it back in the line.
Trying to use that outside lane to build momentum for the straightaway, and that's exactly what Marcello is doing right now. And has a run going into 3. Troy tries to block it. Not enough. Here's Rafano to the inside. Challenging for the top spot. Coming off of turn 4. Down to the stripe with 12 to go. Outside lane and losing ground off of turn number 2. Tries to stuff it in front of the 10 and gets tagged. Trying to save the car and does not. Spins to the infield.
But what a save by David Arute.
Off of turn number 4, Rafano and Tallman to settle it here at Stafford.
Turn number 2. Marcello Rafano guards the inside lane. Here comes Talman. Tries it high. Tries it low. Marcello Rafano, here comes Talman. They come off the turn. The fans are jumping up and down in their seats. And Troy Talman will take down the win.
First career SK Modified win for Troy Talman here at the Stafford Motor Speedway.
Hey, I just got to do what I have to do to win. He got me 2 years ago doing the same move. Yeah, what a day. Spring Sizzler winner.
Green flag is up. We are underway with the SK Modified feature event. 40 laps strong as they storm into turn 1 for the first time.
Michael Christopher, short-lived the lead. Here comes Teddy Hodgson, up on the wheel. Hodgson and Christopher. The old saying, closer than most people park, that's the story. Look at the man in the 2nd row, Keith Rocco. The red number 22 car. And outside of him, Noah Corner, car number 31.
Double wide, a high-speed pace lap at the front of the field off turn 4. Last time it was Hodgson at the line. This time, nearly a dead heat. It's Hodgson at the line by 6/1000ths of a second to lead lap 2.
No question about it. Now JP, Jonathan Pulio, moves into the top 5. Christopher and Hodgson, side by side. Row number 2, Keith Rocco and Noah Corner. And Jonathan Pulio goes from the outside to the inside in the 5th spot.
But nowhere to go beyond that because they are still locked double wide, 2 rows deep for the race lead.
Meanwhile, mid-pack of cars, here comes the defending champion, Todd Owen. Slicing and dicing through traffic.
Challenging for 2nd, takes it away for now on Hodgson, who's in the outside lane, that blue number 28 car.
Wow.
Here's Pulio to
Look
the inside.
At Rocco.
Here's Rocco to the inside of Christopher for the race lead.
Keith Rocco, Michael O'Sullivan and Sons prepared. Dan Avery entering. Moves to the bottom of turn number 2. Rocco digging and digging in hard. Michael Christopher. They go in at a ton. Free the car up, stump on the gas. And Keith Rocco becomes the leader by half a car.
Third different leader of the event in 4 laps. Keith Rocco goes to the point. Christopher in second. Here's Di Matteo challenging Julio for third.
Michael Christopher reeling him in. JP, Jonathan Julio. Here comes Christopher. Slingshot move to the inside.
Lap car probably won't play a factor.
The highs and lows, we talked about it in the sport. Talman with the number 3 car. Apparently something went awry because the car just came to a screeching halt.
Dicing for positions among the top 10.
Oh.
Hodgson nearly 3 wide with 2 cars to his outside. Marcello Refrano, one of them. Julio gets the outside wall. Corner is nowhere to go. Kopech piles in and others become involved here on the front stretch.
Corey Di Matteo has been a factor throughout the first 25 laps of this event. Now, trouble now. Got a spin to the bottom. It looks like it is Marcello Refrano.
Here comes Di Matteo digging to the bottom off turn 4. Can't get the bite that he needs to make a move for the lead until he gets to 1. Here's Corey Di Matteo back to the inside. Mike Christopher Jr. to the outside. Bassett looking on in third in a race for the lead in turn 3.
Bassett tries a different line to the bottom. Corey Di Matteo takes over the lead from Michael Christopher. Down into turn 1. Here comes Bassett. Kyle, it's not going to be over till we cross the line.
Bassett is there in car number 21 on Corey Di Matteo, the race leader. Will he make a move? Will Christopher make a move? Contact at the front. Di Matteo hangs on to the race lead. Bassett in second. Here's Christopher to the inside. Behind Di Matteo is the race leader off the corner.
They come back to the stripe. Corey Di Matteo has done it.
I said it to myself even as we were finishing there. First, second, third, or fourth would have been fun. I mean, that was just so much fun.
They rumble to the line. Double greens are in the air. Brian Narducci digging it hard on the bottom. Austin Beers on the outside. Second time for Beers in this race car. Moeller puts the petty cash machine on the podium into the 3rd spot. Here comes Rocco. Patented move. Turn number 3. Brand new leader emerges. Keith Rocco, but here comes Narducci with a crossover.
Back to the inside for Narducci into turn number 1 to complete lap number 4. Rocco led last time by. Narducci to the inside. Then it's Moeller trying to take third away from Hodgson. Chapman is up there as well in car number 14, running in 5th.
They come back to the stripe. Leader still remains Narducci.
Battle for the lead in turn 3. Rocco out of line.
Rocco, when given the opportunity, heaven knocks in turn 3. But off turn number 4, Narducci can do the crossover. Brian Narducci tries to take it back. Now watch turn number 3. Moving right into contend. Tap to the back bumper. Andrew Moeller off the turn. Narducci gets the lap, holds on at the line.
10 down, 30 to go. Incredible racing once again at the front of the field with the SK Modifieds. Brian Narducci at the point.
Contending at the bottom of the top 10. Bassett is working his magic. Remember, Bassett in the 21. That car comes to life at about the 3/4 mark of the event.
New leader in turn 3, Rocco back to the inside, back to the front of the field. Here comes Narducci to return the favor in turn number 1. Brian Narducci to the inside, this time in the corner. Drag race up the back straightaway, just in front of Andrew Moeller in 3rd.
Andrew Moeller tries, it's pick and choose time. He selects the correct lane. Bassett goes to the outside of Mikey
trouble,
Flynn.
turn 1, 1 car, now 3 become collected, including Kurt Brainerd and the 7 of Jonathan Julio.
The Island Cove Marina machine. Battling with Bassett, now Bassett.
Oh,
trouble!
Straight away, a couple cars get collected. Mike Christopher Jr. being one of them. Todd Owen also involved in turn 3, car number 81. We are back underway, and it's Narducci to lead the field into turn number 1.
Narducci doing a good job, but here comes Bassett. Wound up tight on the outside lane. Bassett, big ponies, big horsepower. Just as impressive as Narducci. Here comes Corey DiMatteo, almost 3 wide. They come back to the stripe. Narducci, somehow, some way, and here comes Corey DiMatteo. Bissett gets shuffled back to the bottom of the top 5.
Falls into the 5th spot and in jeopardy of losing that as Corey DiMatteo gets a great run up the back straightaway through 3 and 4 and goes to the front of the field for Corey DiMatteo in car number 11.
Corey DiMatteo looking for back-to-back victories. He's driven to the front of the class, but with him comes Troy Talman. Talman, oh, a big shot to the back bumper by Narducci. That upsets Corey DiMatteo, and here comes Troy Talman.
Where did Troy Talman come from? Back to the front of the field for car number 3. The 2 winners this season in the first 2 races are now 1 and 2 with Narducci in 3rd. Here comes Corey DiMatteo, run up the back straightaway. Will try to carry it into turn 3, cannot make a move until they get to 4. Little contact among the race leaders. They're okay, down to the stripe with 2 laps to go, and they are side by side for the race lead.
No question about it. Corey DiMatteo, Troy Talman, 2 of the best in the SK division. Deep into turn number 3, side by side, wheel to wheel. They come off turn number 4. White flag is out. Corey DiMatteo is back in the lead, but here comes Troy Talman.
Talman in the outside lane, DiMatteo to the bottom. It's DiMatteo by a car length up the back straightaway for the final time. Here comes Troy Talman giving him a shot into turn 3.
He taps the back bumper off turn number 4. Corey DiMatteo back-to-back wins here at Stafford.
The green is out. Julio trying to get the jump into turn number 1 with Marcotte to his inside. Everybody locked up side by side. First time up the back straightaway for this 40-lap SK modified feature.
RJ Marcotte leads the field back off turn number 4.
Oh, trouble back of the field in turn number 3. Couple cars pile in. That started further up front. And it just kind of accordion through the field. Chapman is involved and Troy Talman in the 3, although it looks like he's able to pull away. Marcotte at the point leads the field back to the stripe. A little bit of tire spin there from Hines in the outside lane. Christopher out of shape, gets into the grass, car number 82. 2 cars become tangled further back. Gets Dave Flamia and Wesley Prucker. They're okay. We continue on to the green flag in 3 with a new leader for now.
The guy to keep your eyes on is making some noise big time in the outside lane. Trouble now. Car number 99.
Hines loose and turned out of the lead off of turn number 4. Caution comes out after just taking the top spot for Tyler Hines.
JP, Jonathan Julio, trying to create magic on the inside.
Julio
he
gets
touches
into Owen.
Todd Owen. And Owen goes around at speed.
And Jarvis wanting to get away at the front, but unable to do that. In fact, here comes Flynn challenging for the race lead. Gets a great run off of turn number 2, and a shove by Andrew Moeller up the back straightaway to go to the front of the field.
No question about it. Corey DiMatteo also coming on strong. Mikey Flynn doing a great job of holding off Andrew Moeller. Then there's a gap. Here comes Moeller. Inside. Mikey Flynn on the high side. Andrew Moeller muscles his way to the bottom. Off turn number 4. Andrew Moeller becomes the brand new leader.
New leader at the line, 19 of 40 in the books. Andrew Moeller goes to the head of the class. Owen off the pace on the back straightaway. Car number 81 has slowed off of turn number 2.
And all of a sudden, here comes Corey DiMatteo. The inside opened up. Going, gone. Corey DiMatteo moves in, and here comes Moeller. Back to life.
DiMatteo throwing the block here on the front straightaway on Andrew Moeller, who settles in the line in 2nd. Rocco right there in 3rd. DiMatteo doing whatever he can do to guard that inside lane. Moeller, a bit of contact in turn 4. DiMatteo slides up, but not enough. Looking for 3 in a row for Corey DiMatteo. Leads off of turn number 2. Andrew Moeller will have one final shot in turn 3.
Deep in turn number 4. Here comes Moeller. But as they come to the stripe, Corey DiMatteo 3 back-to-back victories here at Stafford.
I'm speechless. I mean, last year we got 2 wins, and I was happy to get 2 more, but we got 3 in a row beginning of the year. It's just insane. It feels like a dream.
27 cars, 40 laps. The SK Modifieds are underway. They head in the 1, and they're almost 3 wide. They are 3 wide. Chapman takes the lead while Flynn scoots by Flannery.
There's no question about it. Chapman jumps into the lead. Side by side, still 3 wide in a battle for the 3rd position. No one corner, running on rails to the bottom. Michael Jervis up to the 3rd position. Black number 33.
Flynn is pushing Chapman going into turn 1. He's right on the 14th back gate. Now he moves to the inside. Mikey Flynn led several laps last week. He's got this top spot tonight.
Mikey Flynn, the quiet one, moves in, takes over the number 1 position. Flynn right there, coming to the inside and working his magic. Michael Jervis then go back to the 3rd row. Noah Corner. Inside of that row, here comes Todd Owen. Owen is up to 5. Back up front, Mikey Flynn's lead in a matter of a turn is almost gone. Here comes Flannery. Here comes Todd Owen. Owen into the top 4.
They're side by side up front. Jarvis on the inside, Flynn on the outside, and Flannery's watching back in 3rd. Jarvis in the 33 takes the top spot. Now Flannery tries to grab a hold of 2nd.
Jervis in command. All of a sudden, here comes Flannery. Flannery won a week ago in Waterford. He's looking to win here at Stafford. Smokes to the back bumper. Here comes Flannery. Another lead change in this SK Modified shootout here at Stafford.
That is 4 different leaders already, and we just completed lap 7. Kurt Brainerd puts on a smoke show, spinning coming off the corner, and it brings out the caution for the first time in this feature.
There's the green.
Flannery does not
trouble.
go.
Flannery. Heartbreaker for him.
They throw the caution. Oh, and they're wrecking
trouble
in turn
now.
1. It looks like Tyler Berry was the first car to go around. Corey DiMatteo's involved, and he's stuck atop Ryan Narducci's Nerf bar.
Flannery still continues to dig and dig hard.
Rafano's pushing
Rafano.
Flannery going into 1.
They're
and
3 wide.
3 wide off of 2 for the lead. Moeller up top. Flannery in the middle. Rafano on the bottom. They're still 3 wide in 3.
Marcello Rafano, what a job of a 3 wide bid. He owns the real estate in position number 1. Still 3 wide in a battle for the 3rd position. Todd Owen is in that mix. They work their magic. Here comes
Mikey
Flannery.
Flynn gets turned. Noah Corner climbs over the top of the 24, and the caution comes out.
Caution flag is out.
They were 3 wide coming off of 2 back there, and there was just no room. Both rows are pushing
perfect.
hard going into turn 1. Rafano, the 88, runs Flannery up a little bit, but that 25 holds strong, and he's got a run on the outside off of 2.
There's no question about it. Flannery is racing, but Marcello Rafano is guarding the inside lane. Bottom of the racetrack off turn number 4. Almost 3 wide again at the stripe. It still showed Anthony Flannery the leader. But will it stick in turn 2?
Moeller takes a look to the bottom. He's trying to make it 3 wide. Doesn't have enough momentum, backs out of it. The whole field is 2 by 2. Rafano and Flannery side by side once again with the white flag out. There's 1 more lap to go.
Final circuit. No one knows what's going to happen next. There is less than 2 turns remaining. Deep into turn number 3. Marcello Rafano to the inside. Anthony Flannery to the outside. All eyes are on the finish line in one of the closest finishes ever. Marcello Rafano will take down the impressive victory.
Anthony's a good sport about it. He had a really good car tonight. We had to do what we had to do to win tonight.
The SK Modifieds have some premier events. This Friday night is one of them, the Call Before You Dig Senators Cup. 50 laps and a pretty special trophy awarded to the winner at the end of the night.
Green flag is up. We are underway with the Senators Cup for the SK Modifieds. Jonathan Pulio leads the field of 28 starters into turn 2 for the first time. 50 laps the distance here tonight.
they head down into turn number 3. Leader of the pack as they rumble off the turn. Back to the stripe they come. Jonathan Pulio has to settle it for second. Here comes the 14, Stephen Chapman. By inches, it's Mikey Flynn into third. Jonathan Pulio back to the 4th spot. David Arute. Keith Rocco wedged to the outside of the racetrack.
Jonathan Pulio's involved, Noah Corner, Troy Talman, Kurt Brainerd, and Andrew Moeller, the point leader. Back to the stripe they come. 11 of 50, and Beers stepping out of line for the race lead on Chapman in turn 1. Chapman drifts up high. Beers goes right to the bottom to the exit of the corner. Drag race up the back straightaway for the top spot.
No question about it. Austin Beers said he needed a couple 3 weeks, and he felt comfortable.
Trouble turn number 3. A couple of cars tangle up in the corner. And Baldwin, one of them in car number 7. Christopher in second, both on the bottom. Flynn in the outside lane, now trying to jam it in line. Here's Christopher to bid for the lead in turn 3.
Off turn number 4. Brand new leader emerges by a molecule. It is Michael Christopher Jr. Austin Beers doesn't like that at all. He fights back, but Christopher shakes him off. Mikey Flynn still in third. Owen, Chapman, Jervis, and Troy Talman, the Casella Waste Machine. He is marching to the front. So isn't the number 11 car of Corey DiMatteo.
Battle for the lead again. Beers back to the inside off of turn number 4. He gets the run and perhaps the advantage this time on Christopher, as they are dead heat going back into turn number 1 at the front, just in front of Todd Owen, now in the 3rd spot.
3 wide, just out of the top 6, back up front. Michael Christopher takes back the lead. Beers is still there. There's still 3 wide at the bottom of the top 10.
Oh, and trouble behind him in turn 1. One car backs it into the outside wall up in the corner. That's Chapman in the 14.
And it looks like Flannery in the number 25 machine in a half a mile. History to be made in the Senators Cup. Will Michael Christopher be able to hold on?
He leads off turn 2 for the final time. Up the back straightaway, clears Austin Beers for the race lead. Beers in a battle for second. Off turn 4 for the second time tonight and a second time in this race. Mike Christopher Jr. picks up the win in the Call Before You Dig Senators Cup.
Feels good to get back in Bexley Lane, and man, 2 in one night is impressive.
The toughest weekly division in all of short track racing, and it's underway. Chapman on the inside, Arute up top. Chapman's got the jump, he's got the lead. Now Kopech goes to the inside of Arute for second spot. Oh, trouble turn 2. RJ Marcotte spins at the back of the pack while they race on up in front.
It is now Flynn who takes over the 3rd position. Todd Owen is hungry. He's growling. Oh, they come together. Owen, no place to go, and we've got other cars involved.
That's Bassett. That's atop the right front of David Arute's car. No, Chapman slides up in front of the 3 and takes the lead. But Talman's right there. He might make a move to the bottom, and here he goes, dive bombing it into turn 3. Troy Talman takes the lead.
The Casella Waste Machine moves to the front of the class.
That 82 is fast. If he can clear the 24, he will waste no time going for the lead. Further back, they were 3 wide, they're stacking up. Corner, hard in the wall. Owen's involved, Flannery's involved, DiMatteo, Tyler Berry, Marcotte, and Kopech. Talman is gonna stay down low. The white flag is in the air. Talman is looking for win number 2. Christopher is looking for win number 2, and there's 1 lap to go.
Deep into turn number 1, final time. Talman, who's driven an amazing race. He's on the inside. Michael Christopher up on the wheel on the outside lane. Bottom of turn number 3, working their magic off 4. Troy Talman looks to see the double checkers in the air. He will take down the win.
Green flag is up here at Stafford Speedway.
Textbook start to the bottom of turn number 1. David Arute on the inside. Marcotte on the outside. Marcotte digs hard. It is Marcotte to set the pace at the front of the field. Rumbling off turn number 4. Back to the stripe they come. crossover, can't do it.
Big moment there in turn one. One car hard into the outside wall. That's the 21 of Bissett. Got the wall at a pretty good clip, more than not seemingly in car 81 as we go back under the green flag.
David Arute in the outside lane just shuffles its way off the turn. David Arute is the leader, and then it's Marcotte. Owen gets pitched to the outside wall. It costs Marcello Rufano a lot of valuable ground.
Looking for the checkered flag here off of turn 4 for David Arute, who brings the field off the corner and picks up his first SK Modified feature win of the season.
If you stop by our pit stall before this feature, we had 2 kitchen sinks outside of it. Changed the whole setup on this thing. This is unbelievable.
Let's go! Brucker. Anthony Flannery in the upper groove. Brucker gets the bite to the inside of the racetrack. The color red is raging. Up front, here comes Keith Rocco. Tries to make the move. Wesley Brucker turning some heads here tonight.
They race bar to bar at the line, and it's a dead heat. It was Brucker that led lap number 3. Side by side through 1 and 2. It's Rocco that takes the top spot as he looks for his first win of the year, but Brucker tries to get back at him on the bottom.
Brucker turning some heads here tonight. He moves back down low underneath Keith Rocco. Can't do it, but he's there. On the inside, Wesley Brucker. Hometown is Stafford, Connecticut. He is the guy challenging Keith Rocco on the inside lane. Here comes Marcello, and right there behind him is Andrew Moeller.
This is impressive from Wesley Brucker. We haven't seen this much speed from the 23 since he has joined the SK Modifieds, and that caused the outside line to back up a couple rows.
Marcello sees some daylight on the inside. Marcello Rufano on the inside of Brucker. Brucker, completely different line this time. And off the turn, another brand new leader, Marcello Rufano. He was battling for 3rd.
Rocco and Brucker race for 5th up front. Flannery dives it under Rufano. They race into turns 1 and 2, and Rufano loses the lead. Flannery's got it.
Trouble.
Brucker is in the wall coming off of turn 2. And the caution comes out, and what a shame for Brucker because he had such a great run. Now he's making his way back forward as he tries to scoot on by Christopher in the battle for 3rd, while Rufano dives it in for the lead.
He sinks it in at a ton. The pride of Italy is proud to be at the front of the field. Marcello continues. Here comes Christopher. Bonsai move to the inside. Side by side, wheel to wheel. Christopher by a nose. Michael Christopher takes over the number 1 spot. Still hot here at Stafford. Michael Christopher has done it again.
We are underway for 40 laps with Todd Owen, the 3-time and defending champion, in the outside lane in car number 81. Immediately finds pressure from RJ Marcotte to his inside for the runner-up spot.
Kyle, but here comes Corey DiMatteo. And now look at Mikey Flynn. Flynn sinks it in at a ton. Almost there. But it is still Kopech. But for how long?
As they battle hot and heavy, it's allowed Corey DiMatteo to close in, Michael Jarvis to close in, Todd Owen not too far out of the picture in 5th. For the 3rd time by, they go nose to turn 1. New leader, Mikey Flynn, able to clear Dylan Kopech.
Mikey Flynn is about to head to Napa Victory Lane. It is Mikey Flynn to win.
It's been the toughest division in the Northeast, and it took me a long time, but man, it feels good to get it done.
The 11th running of the Napa SK 5K, the longest and richest race of the season for the SK Modifieds.
It's only $5,000 to win. Oh, by the way, we have the Gamblers Challenge, which adds another $5,000 to the pot.
Kyle Civitello, the wave the green from the flag stand from Napa Auto Parts. We're underway as they go to turn 1.
It is Marcotte who leads them to the bottom of turn number 1. The champ, defending champion, and previous winner of this race. works his way into second. Todd Owen.
Turn 2, we have a car that has gone around to the inside of the racetrack. Solo spin for Glenn Reed. Marcotte to the inside for the top spot as they go to turn number 1 with Rocco to his right elbow. Todd Owen right there in third, and he is under fire. Here comes Troy Talman looking to the bottom, 3 wide, thought better of it by the time they got to the corner.
Off the turn, Marcotte by a bumper. They come to the stripe. Keith Rocco shown in timing and scoring as he becomes the second leader in 48 circuits. Back to the stripe. The margin, first and second and third, remains pretty much the same. Glenn Reed brings out another caution.
Well, guys, I can confirm that we are starting to get hit by a little rain here on the track.
The yellow checker, Keith Rocco, becomes the winner of the 11th annual Napa Auto Parts 5K SK.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. You know, we had a great strategy here, and great crew chief Michael Sullivan, spotter, everybody that works on this car.
Good start that time. Bottom of turn number 1, Austin Beers, RJ Marcotte, side by side and wheel to wheel. No one has the advantage in this one. Beers goes up the hill, and there's still a pack of 6 contending for the same airspace.
Beers leads lap number 1 over Marcotte in the outside lane. Then it's going to be Chapman. That's Stephen Chapman in the 14 with Andrew Moeller, the championship point leader, and still in search of his first win of the year in car number 85.
And Dylan Kopech.
We're trying to clear Kopech in the 16. That's a good battle for the 7th spot as the battle for the lead continues nose to nose. To the outside, you have Beers. Here's now Chapman to the inside. Stephen Chapman looking to go to the point. Beers reeling in Chapman, both looking for their first wins. Here's a little contact in turn 3. Does not upset the 14 car of Stephen Chapman, who maintains the top spot into the final lap.
Less than 1 lap remains. Austin Beers is all over the back bumper. Stephen Chapman has driven a flawless race down into turn number 3. Here comes Beers, the leader. Stephen Chapman off turn number 4. Stephen Chapman will take down the win.
Thank you. We are SK Modified winners.
40 laps, take 2 on the SK Modified feature. Much better start with Tyler Hines bringing the field in turn 1. RJ Marcotte to the outside. Everybody stacked up in their rows of 2 to the backstretch for the first time.
Down the back straightaway. Side by side, 2 by 2, all the way back to the bottom of the top 10. They come off turn number 4. Lap number 1, Tyler Hines by inches over RJ Marcotte. Marcotte trying to dig in hard in the upside lane. Anthony Flannery moves into the 3rd spot with the Chassis Pro machine.
Here they come off the corner. Flannery challenging for the runner-up position just in front of Troy Talman, who has the best seat in the house. Caution comes out as Prucker finds a gear.
So Prucker gets it fired back up. Here they come. Talman with the advantage.
Good run in the outside lane for Troy Talman in the 3 on Tyler Hines in the 99. Marcotte also strong topside in car 5 with Flannery to the bottom.
Marcello Rufano, Todd Owen, and Michael Christopher. But Marcotte.
Oh, trouble, front straightaway, Todd Owen, and it looked like the 82 of Christopher tagging the outside
They are locked
wall.
together. Those 2 cars are locked together.
Checkered flag of the season and 3rd in his SK career here at Stafford. Marcotte in trouble, goes around, had a little bit of a help from Flannery. Championship point leader Andrew Moeller.
Made contact, had no place to go to the outside wall. Back on top of his game, and he earned every turn and every lap. Troy Talman is heading to Napa Victory Lane, anticipating the start, and they are off. Bottom of turn number 1. Kopech digging in on the bottom. to the outside. Here comes Tyler Hines down the back straightaway. 2x2, they look like they're looking for the start. Kyle, we're under green here at Stafford.
There they come off of turn 4 to complete lap number 1. Kokap gets the advantage on the inside. Hines goes to the outside lane. Everybody stacked up in rows of 2 except at the front. The race leader of Kopek already in turn number 2 and finding pressure from Andrew Moeller.
Andrew Moeller pulled up to the outside, dives down to the inside. Leader number 2, 4 laps in. It'll be 5 when they cross the stripe. And this time by still Dylan Kopek. Moeller takes it over. Directly behind him, here comes Marcello Rafano. But Dylan Kopek doesn't give up. Marcello on the outside. Make it 5. Make it 8 cars. Trouble now. 1 car gets crossed up. Everybody scrambles.
The car that got crossed up, Tyler Hines, kept his foot in it and kept it to the inside of the racetrack. Everybody else collected in the pileup.
And Moeller is the point, but look at Michael Christopher Jr.
Time to go in turn number 3 for Mike Christopher Jr. Found himself toward the front of the field on the restart, and here he comes challenging for the top spot on Andrew Moeller to complete another lap with Jonathan Pulio cutting from the outside lane to the inside in car 7 in third. They are side by side for the top spot.
Down the back straightaway, Moeller by inches. Meanwhile, Michael Christopher digs hard on the bottom. Here comes Todd Owen on the outside, further back. Brand new leader emerges. It is Michael Christopher Jr. in command. Moeller has to settle back into second.
He leads into turn 3 for the final time.
Off turn number 4, 3 wins. Michael Christopher Jr. takes down the win. And it is Flannery who leads the charge to the bottom of turn number 1. Up on the wheel in the outside lane. Tyler Hines down the back straightaway. Plenty of giddy up there, Kyle, as it appears that Tyler Hines will have a slight advantage when they come off turn 4.
We'll lead off of turn number 4. We'll lead lap number 1. It is all Tyler Hines at the point. Owen in second now, building a run in the outside lane, challenging for the race lead. Here he comes to the inside of the racetrack. Built that run and will capitalize on it at the other end of the speedway. New race leader, Todd Owen, goes to the point.
Todd Owen in 3 laps has become the second different leader of the event. Kyle, they're 2x2 all the way back to the bottom of the top 15.
Jarvis has great momentum in that outside lane, stays right with race leader Todd Owen and tries to cut in front of Anthony Flannery, who's been kicked back to the 3rd spot. Marcello Rafano, second car in line in the outside lane, and 4th, battle for the lead. Here they come off turn 4, side by side.
There's no question about it. Michael Jarvis had it by inches at the start-finish line. Meanwhile, Owen settles back into second. But keep your eyes on the second row of cars. That is Flannery to the inside, Marcello Rafano to the outside. While that's happening, Rocco is almost 3 wide, and with him comes David Arute with car number 75 and Michael Christopher.
Great racing at the front of the field off of turn number 2. Owen continues to show the way. Jarvis continues on the bottom of the racetrack in car 33. Flannery's got nowhere to go in 3rd. Here's Andrew Moeller to the inside of Marcello Rafano for 4th.
That 3rd position, moving up on the inside. That's the battle. Oh, off the turn, hitting at a ton. Darting out of line.
Flannery off of turn number 4, gets the outside wall. Green flag back up. Michael Jarvis Jr. will bring the field to turn number 1 over Todd Owen in second. Andrew Moeller, good restart, goes to the inside.
Todd Owen trying to make it happen in the upper lane.
Comes Moeller for the lead.
Moeller puts the petty cash machine, rings up the register, and he becomes, well, not the leader, but pretty darn close, Kyle.
Off of turn 2, and it's going to be by a car length for Andrew Moeller, who leads up the back straightaway. Outside lane, Michael Jarvis Jr., then Todd Owen in 3rd. Here comes David Arute, quietly making his way to the front in 4th. 1 lap to go. Not much of a battle for car 85. Andrew Moeller looking for that first win of the season.
Andrew Moeller is proving that the Zeus Sayers were wrong. Andrew Moeller, the point leader, is the man to watch. Look at Michael Christopher for second. Deep down, low, off the turn. Moeller brings them back to the line.
Andrew Moeller, your points leader, scores win number 1 for 2024.
This team believed in me. They gave me this opportunity this offseason, and man, we've had a lot of fans and we've had a lot of doubters too. So just to prove them wrong tonight feels awesome.
Here we go. Up on the wheel. And we are racing 40 laps of unbelievable competition. Off the turn, side by side, deep into turn number 3. Beers tries to dig in, but Flannery will bring him back to the stripe. Beers dive bombs down to the inside. Second leader of the event, off turn number 4. But it doesn't change.
Too close to call at the line, but Beers has the bottom lane. He had a great run coming off of 2 with a huge push from Tyler Hines, who pulls right up to the 76 again. They're still at it bar to bar up front, but Beers comes out with the lead.
Beers is the leader of the pack and glued to his back bumper. Car number 99, right there. Tyler Hines looking for some space that just doesn't exist. Meanwhile, Stephen Chapman, he's up to the top 4.
Because they qualify for the TC13 shootout later on tonight. Up front,
Oh.
Flannery sends it into 3. Beers got very sideways, hung on to it, but loses the top spot. It's Flannery up to the point. Side by side once again for the lead. The battle has been non-stop up front as Hines pulls ahead of the 25.
Third different leader of the event.
Oh, trouble behind them. Todd Owens spins in turn 4. Everybody moves up high to avoid, but it brings out the caution. Here they come off the final corner. The battle for 13 is hot, but tonight, Tyler Hines breaks the 2-year drought. He's going back to victory lane, winning the SK Modified feature.
Last year we lost Gene, and it's been a long time to get this lady right here back in victory lane, and I am so happy.
It was a full field invert
That's
for this
correct.
race. A full 13-car invert, so Hines, who won the race, has to beat tail end Charlie. And if he can make his way through the field in 13 laps, that'll be very impressive because this field is tight.
It sure is. No holds barred. This is the real deal. Nobody's going to save anything. Theme from Shaft echoing in the background. It's a tradition here at Stafford. But tonight, the TC13 is about to light them up. On Friday the 13th, we are racing in the big one for 13 circuits here at Stafford.
Noah corner down low, Troy Talman up top, corner runs up the track a bit. Talman gets ahead of steam coming off of 2 and pulls out ahead in front.
Lap number 1 will go into the record books. Oh, trouble now. Talman goes up the hill. Here comes Noah Corner. Corner will lead lap number 1 of 13.
Talman tried to move to the bottom, but Corner said, no, I'm still here, and he's got the top spot as a result. It was this event 2 years ago where Corner came a lap short and finished second. That's his best career SK Modified finish. He's half a lap away from doing 1 spot better.
No question, down in turn number 3. Noah Corner will win the TC13. Good for 13-13.
I mean, to be a winner at Stafford Motor Speedway with an SK, you got to earn it. And I'm just glad to finally be here.
We're underway.
We sure are. They rumble down into turn number 1. It is Austin Beers. Deja vu. We saw this happen 1 week ago. He gets out in front, pulls away. Flannery has to settle in for second tonight. He's hunted down by Anthony Flannery. Flannery strings it out. Slingshot move. Second leader of the event. Will it be? Will it stick? It does not.
But it might this time in turn number 1. Flannery shorter way around and appears to have the quicker race car over Austin Beers. As they run side by side, it's allowed Todd Owen to rejoin them at the front from 3rd. Here's Refrano and Julio nose to nose for 4th. Battle for the lead and a change for the lead this time by Anthony Flannery, able to lead at the line by less than 100th of a second.
Back to the front of the field, Todd Owen. 2 Chassis Pro cars. Todd Owen said at the opener of tonight's event, he didn't think he had as good of a motor after problems last week. Here comes Beers. Nice move, outside to inside. Austin Beers back on top of his game here at Stafford. He will take over position number 1.
Not by much, half a car length over. Flannery in second, Owen still there working on in third. Here's Austin Beers for the second time tonight.
Try everything, outside, inside, down the back straightaway. Here comes Owen. Bonsai move to the bottom. Going, gone. Todd Owen. Here comes Austin Beers.
Beers back to the inside. Had a look for the crossover, but Todd Owen just shy of a year since his last win here in the SK Modifieds. Goes to the front of the field here with 3 laps to go. Beers back to the bottom in turn 3.
Beers continues to dig on the bottom. Owen is stuck in the outside lane. Side by side, wheel to wheel. Bottom of turn number 1. Brand new leader, will it emerge or will it be one of the same? Todd Owen down the back straightaway by half a car length. Deep into turn 3, here comes Beers. Here comes JP, here comes Michael Christopher.
With 2 laps to go, 4 cars, maybe 5 if you include Mikey Flynn in 5th. Battling for the win, Beers out of shape in turn 2. That may be what all that Owen needs at the front of the field.
2 turns for Todd Owen to visit Napa Victory Lane. Todd Owen has done it. He will take down the victory.
3-time and defending champion back in victory lane. First time since last October for Todd Owen.
Definitely up and down year for sure, but this one definitely was needed for all of us.
Green flag is out. Anthony Flannery dives to the bottom of the racetrack. JP Jonathan Pulio up on the wheel. Momentum will be the story this time. Pulio, by a few inches, had it 3/4 of the way down the front straightaway. Those inches turned into feet, those feet to yard. JP Jonathan Pulio will lead the field. He moves into the 4th position. Here comes Rocco. Patented Rocco move. Swishes to the bottom of the racetrack. Off the turn, another new leader. Keith Rocco gives spot number 3 to car number 11.
Corey DiMatteo in that 3rd spot. Battle for the lead. Rafano out of line on Keith Rocco. Great run into turn number 4. Marcello Rafano goes back to the point. Battle for the lead in turn 3 again. Rocco, great run to the inside of the speedway. Trying to take the top spot away and will do just that successfully.
There's no question about it. Keith Rocco, he's got his mojo back because he just went by Marcello Rafano almost like, well, he had stopped on the racetrack.
Rocco out front, Rafano in second. Here comes Marcello Rafano to the inside in turn 3. Another lead change, and he's trying to take the 7 of John Pulio with him.
Now, took a sneak peek to the inside. Talbot is waiting. Marcello slipped up the racetrack. Door opens. Jonathan Pulio looks for some daylight to the bottom. Off the turn. Down the back straightaway. JP Jonathan Pulio to the inside, brand new leader. It is Jonathan Pulio.
Been a while since he's been in the victory lane here in the SK Modifieds, wanting to snap that streak tonight.
Jonathan Pulio is in winning form here at Stafford. He deserves the victory. Trouble now, Bissett goes around like a top. Jonathan Pulio to take down the win.
We got this brand new car, Keith Rocco, my dad, my car owner, man. Best car I've ever had in my life. I can't even tell you how good this thing was.
Andrew Moeller lost a couple of points
Ooh.
last night. Mike Christopher Jr. chipping away at it, has 2 events left. Green flags are out. We are underway with the SK Modified feature here at the Napa Fall Final as they go to turn 1 for the first time. Front row slides way up the racetrack, and they're 3 wide already with Jarvis to the bottom.
Anthony Flannery digging hard. He'll make his presence known. He'll lead lap number 1, but look out. Here comes Michael Jarvis, black number 33 car. Inside of your screen, he works his magic on the bottom. 2x2, side by side, off the turn. Second lap, will we have a brand new leader? Will it be Jervis or will it be Flannery?
They are nose to nose for that position off of turn 4, lap 2 in the books, and it's going to be a new leader, Michael Jarvis, by less than a half a car length over Flannery. Stephen Chapman there in third. Here comes Moeller in car 85, working his way into the top 5. Battle for fourth, well behind the top 3. Now a battle for the lead in turn 3.
Looking for a third different leader of the event in 7 circuits. Off the turn, down to the bottom of turn number 1. Brand new leader emerges, Stephen Chapman. And who's right there with him? Andrew Moeller. Moeller brought his A game today. He'll set in the 3rd spot. Talman tries to follow him through. Here comes Moeller. Inside, bid for the lead. Going, gone. Off turn number 4, Andrew Moeller, the class of the field. Here's David's strongest part of the racetrack when he can reel him in. But Andrew Moeller, the point leader, will take down the victory.
Moeller gets his 2nd victory of the season. Christopher was a bit off. He wasn't even in the top 5, I think, by the checkered flag. Moeller has a 32-point lead. That's a sizable gap. If Moeller runs his race, that title is his.
Amazing, right? Everybody would have liked to have locked it up, right? I mean, in our position, but to actually be able to go into it with a big enough lead where really we just had to kind of finish the race is, I mean, you can't ask for more than that.
Mindset going into the last race was our only job here tonight is to go win, to go put on a show that we've had the dominant race car that we've had all year, get to the front, take no prisoners, and win the race.
Green, and we are racing. Flannery leads the field as the ground rumbles down into turn number 1.
Anthony Flannery takes command of this race a half a lap in. They stack up double wide from 2nd on back. Here comes Chapman to the bottom. Stephen Chapman in car number 14. Michael Jarvis in the 33. Rocco is there as well, looking to advance his spot. Battle for the lead. Chapman to the bottom of the racetrack in turn 3. Up alongside Flannery for the top spot.
It is Chapman at the line by inches. He moves into the number 1 spot. Here comes Rocco. Rocco sees daylight.
Moeller, no change in the 85 car. Still in 13th, a full straightaway behind the lead duo that exits turn number 2. Christopher building a run into turn 3 for the top spot.
It works. He dive bombs to the inside. Michael Christopher Jr. becomes the leader, and trying to make the crossover is Stephen Chapman. Bottom of turn number 1. Chapman continues to try to dig in, and dig in hard. Turn 3, will it be a deciding factor? Michael Christopher sets the pace
into turn 3 for the final time.
Off turn number 4, Michael Christopher Jr. will win the final event for the SK Modifieds.
It's bittersweet, right? You know, you love to win races, but you know, you come up short in the big picture. Oh well.
2024 SK Modified Champion, Andrew Moeller.
Let me tell you something, these guys took a chance on me and they gave me a second opportunity at a career here at Stafford. And this championship isn't just my championship, it's each and every single one of these people's over here. They're all champions tonight, just like I am. To add my name to the list with drivers like Keith Rocco and Ted Christopher and, you know, Ronnie Williams and Rowan Pennick and, you know, so many more, to be on that list is surreal to me. It's kind of it's just amazing to think about after growing up, going to Stafford and watching it, you know, unfold in front of me in the stands, to now be seeing it all through the windshield on the track is crazy. So
great year. Tied my own personal wins, right, at 4, which was really good. Competed for a championship, even through ups and downs with the engine package. You know, beginning of the year was bad and then really good and then good. You know, that's a true testament to my dad too. Didn't break an engine.
Honestly, happy to finish 3rd, and had a great year. Won 3 races, but not satisfied at all.
Well, like, I look back at it during the season. You know, if I didn't have the loose wheel, if I went a little more on the adjustment, we're trying to make those 14th and 12ths into top 10s and top 5s, and I think you can make up a lot of points.
I really think we could have gotten one more win at some point throughout the year. I mean, there were opportunities. We were in the top 3, and the race just didn't unfold our way. I mean, we were a couple laps short. I mean, even the SK5K at Raid, and we were coming from third, and that was the week after we won. So I mean, I think now going into next year, the goals are set high, which I'm excited for.
People know me as not an overly aggressive driver, and people say, well, that's gonna bite you, right? Not being aggressive enough. But I was able to do it my way, and nothing feels better than that.